Imagine if a single waterway could save ships thousands of miles on every journey. A place so important that if it stopped operating for just 1 week, global trade could feel the impact. That place is the Panama Canal. Stretching across the narrow isthmus of Panama, this engineering masterpiece connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Before it existed, ships traveling between the east and west coasts of the Americas had only one option. They had to sail all the way around Cape Horn at the southern tip of South America, a dangerous and much longer route that could add weeks to a voyage. Everything changed in 1914. After years of construction and enormous engineering challenges, the Panama Canal officially opened, transforming global shipping forever. Today, more than a century later, the canal remains one of the world's most important trade routes. Every year, thousands of ships carrying food, electronics, cars, fuel, and countless everyday products pass through its locks. For many companies, the canal is not just a shortcut, it is a critical part of the global supply chain. But the Panama Canal is more than an engineering achievement. It is a strategic asset that influences international trade, economic growth, and even global politics. So why does one canal have such enormous influence? How does it move massive ships across an entire continent? And what would happen if the Panama Canal suddenly stopped operating? In this documentary, we'll uncover the remarkable history, incredible engineering, and global importance of one of the greatest transportation systems ever built. This is Global Origins. Let's begin. The Panama Canal is far more than a simple waterway. It is one of the most sophisticated engineering systems ever built. Many people imagine ships simply sailing through the canal, but that's not what happens. The Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean are not at the same navigable level inside the canal system. To cross the Isthmus of Panama, ships must first be lifted approximately 26 meters, or 85 feet, above sea level to Gatun Lake, an artificial lake created during the canal's construction. This remarkable process is made possible by a series of massive locks. As a ship enters a lock chamber, enormous gates close behind it. Water flows in by gravity, gradually raising the vessel. The ship then moves into the next chamber, repeating the process until it reaches the lake. On the other side of the canal, the same system works in reverse. Water is carefully released, lowering the ship step by step until it reaches sea level again. No pumps are needed. The entire system relies primarily on gravity and fresh water stored in Gatun Lake. More than a century after the canal opened, this engineering concept continues to move some of the world's largest cargo ships safely across Panama. In 2016, the canal expanded with a new set of larger locks. This project allowed much bigger vessels, known as Neo-Panamax ships, to pass through, increasing the canal's capacity and helping meet the demands of modern global trade. Today, the Panama Canal handles cargo worth hundreds of billions of dollars every year. It remains one of the busiest and most strategically important transportation corridors on Earth. But despite its incredible success, the Panama Canal now faces one of the greatest challenges in its history. For more than a century, the Panama Canal has been one of the world's most reliable trade routes. But today it faces a challenge unlike anything in its history. The canal depends on fresh water from Gatun Lake to operate its lock system. Every time a ship passes through, millions of gallons of fresh water are used to raise and lower the vessel. That water eventually flows into the ocean. During periods of severe drought, water levels in Gatun Lake can fall significantly. When this happens, the Panama Canal Authority may reduce the number of ships allowed to transit each day or impose draft restrictions to conserve water. These measures can create delays, increase shipping costs, and affect supply chains around the world. For global businesses, even a short disruption can have major consequences. Factories may receive parts later than expected. Retailers may wait longer for products. Consumers can ultimately feel the impact through higher transportation costs and delayed deliveries. The canal also sits at the center of growing geopolitical competition. Because it connects two oceans and supports international trade, countries around the world closely watch any development that could affect its operations. The United States has long viewed the canal as strategically important. China has become one of the canal's largest commercial users through its global trade. Many other nations also depend on this route to keep goods moving efficiently across continents. The Panama Canal is no longer just an engineering achievement. It has become a critical part of the global economy, and if the canal were ever forced to stop operating for an extended period, the consequences would reach far beyond Panama. But just how important is the canal to the world? And what would happen if ships suddenly had to sail around South America once again? That's where our story concludes. Imagine waking up tomorrow to the news that the Panama Canal has stopped operating. At first, It might seem like a problem affecting only one small country, but the reality would be far different. Thousands of ships would need to take much longer routes, often around the southern tip of South America. These detours could add thousands of miles to a journey, increasing fuel costs, shipping times, and pressure on global supply chains. For businesses, that means higher transportation expenses. For manufacturers, it could mean delays in receiving essential parts, and for consumers, it could eventually mean higher prices for everyday products. This is why the Panama Canal remains one of the world's most important pieces of infrastructure. It doesn't just connect two oceans. It connects economies, it connects industries, and it helps keep global trade moving every single day. More than 100 years after it first opened, the Panama Canal continues to demonstrate how one engineering achievement can influence the lives of billions of people around the world. Its future will depend on innovation, sustainable water management, and international cooperation. Because as global trade continues to grow, the importance of the Panama Canal is unlikely to disappear. It will remain one of the world's greatest engineering achievements and one of the most strategically important waterways on Earth. Thank you for watching Global Origins. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe and turn on notifications for more in-depth documentaries about geopolitics, history, technology, and the infrastructure that shapes our world. See you in the next documentary.